I'm sorry I was muted. I'm sorry I was muted. This is Anton Wheeler, your host of Voice of the People United Community Forum. I just want to say thank you for joining me this afternoon. I'll be talking with Miss Karen Jeffries Wells of Orange, New Jersey, a Orange, New Jersey historian. We'll be talking about the history of Orange, and also the upcoming May 12th elections for the township. So if you just give me a second for station identification, I'll bring on Miss Wells. Well, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I am so blessed to be speaking to you right now. How's everything?
Fine.
All right. So, would you do me a favor and tell our viewership a little bit about yourself and who you are and what you do?
Okay, well, I'm Karen Wells. I'm originally the self appointed town historian because when I moved to Orange, it seemed so much history was here and nobody was paying attention. So I paid attention and I
Okay.
started to collect memorabilia and understand the history of Orange. And it was absolutely amazing and fascinating to me. And then 12 years ago, we started the Historic Commission of Orange, which was recently, we're not sure whether it was disbanded or reorganized or whatever, but we're working on that right now.
Mhm.
But but the history of Orange is absolutely fascinating.
And what are some of those historic points and aspects that you've
Okay.
discovered over the years?
Well, over the years, I discovered that the Bush family, the George Bush family,
Mm-hmm.
they're from Orange, New Jersey.
Really?
They built, it's now called Epiphany Church, but it was originally Christ Church. And I have photographs and everything. James Bush, who was his great, great, great grandfather, built that church. They're from Orange, New Jersey.
Wow.
When-
I always thought they were from Missouri, but
Right. No, people thought they were from Texas.
yeah,
No,
right.
they were from Orange. They're from Orange.
Wow.
And also, our library was built by Mead McKimmon White. Who's that? The most famous architects in the world, even today. They built our library, which stands today. Also, the George Huntington Hartford family. The first mayor of Orange was George Huntington Hartford. Who was he? The founder of A&P Supermarkets. Those were founded in Orange, New Jersey. Yeah, I
Mm.
mean the history is absolutely amazing. When you look around, I went around and everything had a name, so I researched these names. The Metcalf family, who were they? They were very wealthy brothers that started worsted wool. They invented it, and they had so much money, and their estate was here in Seven Oaks, which is where I live in Seven Oaks, Orange. And I said, "Who are the Metcalfs?" And I have the plans of their estate, but they discovered worsted wool and they had so much money. The wife said, I've got so much money. What am I going to do? And he said to her, listen, take this money and go do whatever you want to do. And you know what she did? She started Rhode Island School of Design. If you
Mm.
go to Rhode Island School of Design, everything there is Metcalf. Is Metcalf. Orange is also a Revolutionary War site. First Presbyterian Church on Main Street, the Redcoats were there.
Wow. Is that true? Is that right?
That's a fact. It's a fact. You can go and see the graves. You can go and see the graves. The statue that's there is from the American Revolution. There's also a Civil War graveyard. It's unmarked. A lot of the graves are marked, but the African Americans that were Civil War soldiers that are buried in that graveyard, they're there, but it's unmarked. But I have a map of it. I know which ones they are. I just don't know who they are.
So you're saying that there's a Civil War, African American Civil War burial ground in Orange, New Jersey.
At First Presbyterian Church. It's not called First Presbyterian Church anymore. It's called something else. But yes, it's right there today.
Okay, so Ms. Wells, what was the significance of Orange, New Jersey's location, especially with regards to you saying that about the African Americans being buried in Orange? What was that significance historically?
Well, from what I can understand, because it's hard to research, because a lot of that is not documented about the African Americans, but the Crane family in Montclair, they were significant slave owners. People think slavery wasn't in the North. It was very much in the North, right here
Yes.
in Orange, New Jersey. And the Crane family in Montclair, who had a sizable plantation and had slaves, their last slave, I can't remember his name, but I do have that documented somewhere. When he was freed, he left Montclair and moved to Orange, New Jersey, right on the border of West Orange and Orange. And his home was there because his mother was one of the servants of the Crane family.
Mm.
It's absolutely amazing. And I went to the Historical Society in Newark and got photographs and all kinds of things documenting everything that I found out. In terms of finance, Brown Brothers Harriman, which is the largest brokerage firm on Wall Street today, and I'm a former Wall Street employee. I've worked for everybody except Morgan Stanley. Brown Brothers Harriman was started in Orange, New Jersey.
And H.H. Harriman, that they were affiliated with the Bushes.
Yes, they were. Yes,
Yes.
they were.
Wow.
And their original office, the building still stands. If you were standing in front of the Orange Library and you walk 2 buildings going toward West Orange and look up, you will see Brown on the mantle of the building. So I looked it up. Now, this is when I first moved here, and I found out it was. I found out.
So if you're walking up to Supreme's Bakery,
I'm sorry.
Like if you're walking up to Supreme's Bakery.
No, you don't have to go that far. No, only go 2 buildings. You're in front of the library, the Orange Library, past the first building, and then the second building. And it says Brown on top of it. And that was the origination. That was their first trading floor. Now, I sneak into a lot of places that I couldn't get into. And I was like, well, let me just look in here and find out what this is. And I saw the original trading floor. It's been destroyed at this point because now it's a restaurant and apartments or whatever. But the original trading floor was right there with the ticker tapes and everything. I don't know what happened to that stuff, but it was gone. I've been in Orange Hospital. Orange Hospital was started by Thomas Edison, the Colgates, the Sticklers, who also built Orange Library, and any number of the Metcalfs. They all took the money to build Orange Hospital. Now, I've been in Orange Hospital since it's been closed down, and I have all of the yearbooks from back starting in the 40s. And the nursing school that is Orange Hospital, and the building still stands, is the very first 4-year nursing school in America, the Mary Austin School.
Wow.
That's the first one right there. And that's why my effort has been, and I went with the people who owned Orange Hospital at the time to get Orange Hospital put on the National Register, even though the town denies that it is, but it is. It's a fact. You can look that up. And I got in touch with the women who used to be the nurses there, and they were just devastated that it's going to get torn down. It should be rehabilitated. If you look around in other towns, they restore the old buildings and repurpose it. That's much better than building a new building. But, Orange hasn't gotten that idea yet, I guess. I don't know.
So while I have you, is there any other significant history that Orange gives to this, not only to this state, to this country, not only to this county, that you could speak of?
Well, like I said, I have a lot of memorabilia of Orange back to the 1800s. You know how people go to Vail, Colorado to ski? Because that's the skiing capital of the world. Well, Orange used to be the tobogganing capital of the world. The Vanderbilts and the Colgates, they came to Orange, New Jersey to toboggan. And I have
What is that? What is toboggan?
Tobogganing is sledding. It's actually snow sledding, but it's a toboggan sleigh. So where Luna Stage sits right now, if you go up that hill up into West Orange, that was the tobogganing slide. The lodge was there. The track was there for the tobogganing. It was world famous. I've got Harper's Weekly magazines with that in it from the 1800s.
Wow.
I mean, and I've got old maps. I've got and the Radium Girls that were here, but that was newer history. So but the history is, and the thing is, Orange would, before there was South Orange, West Orange, East Orange, whatever, there was Orange, and before that it was Newark. Orange was part of Newark, so I
Right.
have a map of when Orange was part of Newark before Orange broke up.
Right.
So
Right.
right from the 1800s. So I mean, everybody was here. The manufacturing was here, and this was basically this. Orange used to be equivalent to what Newport, Rhode Island is. Martha's Vineyard. The very wealthy people lived here. These were their summer homes, and they went other places during the winter. But we were I live in Gilbert Colgate's house. My house was built by Gilbert Colgate in 1889. The
Wow.
house that I live in today.
Wow.
I know, and Seven Oaks. Seven Oaks is called Seven Oaks because the Colgate family came from Seven Oaks, England, in 18 whatever the year was, and they moved to Orange, New Jersey, and named their estate Seven Oaks. It was 22 and a half acres.
Miss Wells, well, why Miss Wells? I mean, like, this is like a college level course I'm getting right here, right now. With information. Like, I mean, like, Miss Wells, and what I was impressed with was that you said that you're a self-appointed historian of Orange.
Yes.
That means that you do this because you love it. And
yes.
I want to commend you on that and say respect to you. So I gotta go deep. Tell me something else. Give me all the tea.
Well, I mean, what else have I've got, like I've said, I've got old maps, I've got old photographs. I've got, well, Orange was also the hat capital of the world.
What do you mean by that?
Right. Everybody thinks that the Stetson hat was made in Texas. No, it wasn't. It was made in Orange, New Jersey. All of the major hat factories were right in the valley. If you look at our building right now, it's called Hat City Lofts. That was the Berg Hat Factory. That's where the Stetson hat came from. The Stetson hat comes from Orange, New Jersey.
Miss
Yes,
Wells,
it does.
Miss Wells, I gotta get you to come talk to my class.
and I've got visuals. I've got all kind of visuals.
So let me ask you this. What role historically have you researched that you understood the African Americans, the foundational Black Americans' purpose in Orange, New Jersey?
Well, like I said, Orange was, when we were all one town, when we were Orange, South Orange all together, Orange was very much not a resort community, but sort of, like I said, it was like Cape May, Martha's Vineyard, Newport, Rhode Island. They had their mansions here. There were more mansions here than anywhere, and very few are still existing. But if you look around in East Orange and other places, some of the mansions are still standing, Llewellyn Park. And the thing is, the African American community here, we were the servants. There was a major servant community here for all of the very rich people. Everybody had a maid. And I mean, in my house, I've got a back staircase and a panel on the wall when they were calling the maid, because the maids lived on the third floor. There's a panel where they would, they want the upstairs maid or the downstairs maid. And a number of homes here still have that. They still have that. This was very much, there were African Americans here, but they were the servants. And that Mrs. Metcalf, after she created, before she created Rhode Island School of Design, she had a whole maids school on Main Street in Orange. The building still stands, but the school is not noted. And there were private schools here. The Dear Morgan School, which was one of the premier private schools of the country, was on Main Street in Orange, New Jersey. Wow. School it's on Berkeley, but at the time it was was it
Mary Lawn? Is that Mary Lawn?
No, not Mary Lawn. No, not Mary Lawn. But it's the same thing. But I'm not sure when Mary Long was created, but this was the school that's on Berkeley Avenue in Orange. It's now a nursing home, but
Right, right, right.
that was a major private school. It's now become part of Morristown, but it was the Beard, right? The Beard School, but now it moved to Morristown, and
Mhm.
they made that building but in 19, it must have been like 1990 or 91, the women from that school wanted to come back and visit Orange. And somebody said to me, would you do a tour of Orange for them? And I did. These women graduated from the Beard School in like 1940. And we had a bus and we went around and they told me a lot of information about who lived here. Fletcher's Castoria. Has anybody ever heard of Fletcher's Castoria? I'm sure your mother gave it to you. You know where that was created?
Where?
Orange, New Jersey. His
Wow.
house still stands on Berkeley Avenue in Orange.
Mm.
And he owned the biggest yacht in America at that time. That's the kind of money they had here. I mean, it was when Gilbert Colgate built my house, he was head of the New York Gold Exchange.
Right, right,
I mean,
right.
the money was here.
I mean, he had a university. His family had a university named after him. So
What exactly? Colgate. After everything, there's Colgate. But the thing is, the women didn't work. They just stayed home and did whatever. But the men, this was very close for the men to get on the train and go to New York to Wall Street and whatever, and then they came home. And they also owned brownstones in Manhattan, but these
Mhm.
were their summer homes. That's why we've got these big homes, but they're not insulated because they were summer homes.
Wow. So nothing's changed. So let me fast forward to the current history. Nothing's changed because Orange, North, East Orange, South Orange, West Orange, because they have train systems, they're marketed as closer to New York. So nothing's changed, huh?
Nothing's changed in terms of that. But well, not necessarily though. The
Mhm.
thing is though, and I'm trying to get Orange to understand this, and it's been a while because when I moved here in 1987, the Highland Avenue train station, because I live on Highland Avenue, was not open. It's still not open and not rehabilitated. And like I said, I sneak into places. I've been in that building.
Mhm.
Everything is still there. It just needed to be rehabilitated. But it just so happens that the other day I ran into Marty Mays, who's the director of planning or whatever for Orange or whatever department he is. And he said that they're finally working on it. Well, I'd like to really see when that happens, but this is the thing too. People don't do their homework, but like I said, originally I'm a software engineer on Wall Street. So I always do my homework. I never don't do my homework. But the thing is, they have to understand the demographics. Okay, yes, a lot of people are moving out of New York into these neighborhoods, but you know what? Orange thinks, okay, we're going to build all these apartment buildings and the people are going to move in. That's not going to happen. And you know why that's not going to happen? Because yes, we have train stations and Orange has more train stations than anybody, but that's the only amenity that we have. We don't have any other amenities. We don't have a Y. We don't have a supermarket. We don't have a flower shop. We don't have a bookstore. We don't have a pharmacy. I mean, and we have a wonderful Main Street, one of the best main streets in New Jersey. But take a look at it. It looks like a third world flea market.
You have Supremos on Scotland Road. You got, I mean, well, it
We have
depends
what?
on. You got Supremos on Scotland Road. Then you have the meat market deep in the valley, right?
No, we're in the valley.
What is that around from Jefferson Stadium? Bell Stadium? Is that Bell Stadium? Isn't there not a farmers market, supermarket right there?
There's a vegetable market there, right?
Okay.
But the thing is, West Orange is getting ready to put in a Trader Joe's. South
Wow.
Orange has a Stop and Shop,
Mhm.
Ashley Market, a real supermarket. We do not have one. We don't have one. We don't. It's a fact.
Uh-huh.
People saying, well, Bravo, that's not a real
Right, right.
supermarket.
I'm sorry. That's what I meant when I said on
Right.
Scotland Road.
Yeah.
That's Bravos
Right.
and right.
No,
Okay.
and the thing is, if you do a comparison of the prices in Bravo or just one town over in ShopRite, it's ridiculous. If we're supposed to be a depressed community, we're paying those kind of prices in a supermarket like that.
Well,
Come on.
William Hathaway says there are 4 supermarkets in Orange.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
As well.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. People that live, especially people living in Seven Oaks, there's a saying: if we are in Orange, we're home. Because we don't do anything in Orange, and that's ridiculous. Because our dollars don't circulate in Orange, not even one time.
Why?
Not one time. Because
Why
if we're shopping on Main Street, we're shopping in stores that people who don't live in this community own. The minute we spend $1 there, that dollar leaves our community that day. That day. There's nothing. And then, then Orange put the building in Monty Irvin Orange Park. Oh, wait a minute. Let me tell you this. Orange Park. Who designed Orange Park? The Olmsted brothers. What else did they do? They designed Central Park in New York City. Yes. Yes. And wait a minute. I've got photos and postcards of what Orange Park used to look like. That watering hole that they have in Orange Park right now, that used to be a lake that you could actually take boats out on. Gone. Just gone. We had a gazebo there that was like a musical band show. Gone. And they keep putting baseball fields in there and soccer fields. For who? Not the people that live here.
But Ms. Wells, if the community hasn't, how can I say this? Let me historically ask you this. If the community hasn't invested in that which the community should support their habits, can you blame them?
Can we blame them?
So like, if the community isn't coming out and using the parks, or the community hasn't invested in the surrounding economic infrastructure, what don't you think someone is supposed to appeal to someone that would?
But the thing is we've done that. We've done that. We've done all kinds of things to say this is what Orange Park used to look like. I have the plans. I have the plans that the Olmsted brothers put together for Orange Park. We went to DiVincenzo and said, listen, you're doing all kinds of things in Verona Park. Why don't you do Orange Park like that? We were ignored. So we put ball fields in there. We put a soccer field in there. I said, why don't you restore our band shell? Put the gazebo back. Nothing. We've made noise about it, but nothing.
Even from your historical perspective of why it mattered.
Absolutely. We presented everything. We said, listen, here's what we've got. We are trying to, grow our community and grow our community in a way that is beneficial, especially to the homeowners in terms of Seven Oaks. All of that affects our property value, directly affects our property value.
Okay.
It's 2 blocks away in South Orange, the same house that's in Orange and the house that's in South Orange can get $500,000 more only because it's in South Orange.
So
that's crazy.
Ms. Wells,
and I know that because I'm a realtor.
Okay. All right. So William Hathaway again says there's a community center built in Orange, Monty Irvin Park, built by Essex County that serves everyone in the area. 2 new baseball fields and a soccer field.
Okay, right. He's right. Okay, fine. Serves everybody in the community. Everybody who, first of all, that building that they built in Monty Irvin Orange Park, obviously they didn't do their homework. They should have looked at the Baird Center in South Orange. That's what a community center looks like. I've been to the one in Monty Irvin Orange Park. What it is a large room with a TV and a kitchen. And if you want to use it, you have to pay for it. Seven Oaks Society, which is a group we have up here in Seven Oaks, we wanted to do a code drive, and we were looking for a place to have it. And Orange said, oh no, you can't do it. And I finally got somebody from the county who said, fine, you could use it. It's not where you can just walk in and use it. Oh no. And the thing is, use it for what? There's nothing there but a big room, a TV, and a kitchen. Obviously they didn't do their homework. They didn't look at the Baird Center. Clearly, they didn't look at Montclair. They
Mm,
didn't look at Montclair. I mean, and these things are readily available. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Just look around, do your homework.
mm,
Do your homework. I mean, there was, oh yeah, we put that building in Monte Irvin Orange Park, and they put it there facing the senior buildings because the seniors can come over there and have sandwiches and sodas and whatever. What about the kids in the community? Where's the recreation for them? Is there a recreation center in Orange? No, no. Is there a community center? No. Is there a movie theater? No. None of that.
mm. So, all right, while I have you here, what I want to do is get your take on the upcoming township elections May 12th.
Okay.
Um, if if I may,
Sure.
if you had to rate the current administration, what grade would you give them and why?
I don't know what grade I would give them, because the thing is, it is so hard to determine their direction. It seems that their direction is developers and build buildings. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's the purpose? What's the plan for this? Because if they think that building all of these buildings is going to bring in New Yorkers, that's not going to happen. It's going to turn into the Section 8 low income affordable housing thing, because people who, for the money that they're asking for these apartments, and believe me, I've been there, I know what the occupancy rate is right now, and it's
Mhm.
very low. The thing is, they're not going to move here. They're going to go to other towns where they have amenities. We have no amenities. So what are we doing on that? And the thing is, if you're giving developers 30-year tax abatements, okay, I'm good with that 30 tax abatement. But the thing is, give me a community development agreement. You're going to put a $5, $6, $8 million building in here, then you know what? You're going to fix up my park. You know what? You're going to build me a new Y. You know what? You're going to landscape my main street. You're going to give me something.
Mhm.
And they're not asking for anything. And when I went to a meeting last week where two of the council people were saying, well, what do we want to do with this $2.5 million? You've got 16 developers in here building buildings, and all you've got is $2.5 million. You should be getting $5 million from each one of those developers. So I'm not sure what grade I'd give them. It's just, I don't understand the plan. And I've been to any number of meetings. Oh, here's our redevelopment plan. I don't see any of that happening. They've got paid thousands for redevelopment plans, and I contacted the company in Montclair, the last one they had when they were all reelected, and they said, okay, we spent $15,000 to have this Montclair company do our redevelopment plan for Main Street. I was like, okay, so I contacted them in Montclair. They said, yeah, Orange paid for this, but we haven't done anything, and there are no plans for it. Really?
Mhm.
Come on. I
Mhm.
mean, people do their homework. People are not stupid. So you just can't say things to us and we're just like, oh, yeah, that. So the thing is, like myself, like others that are going to the vote, we're looking for new leadership. No question, because obviously this is not working. It's not working. And it's
Mhm.
that, and that's not me just saying that. I mean, I like these people. I'm friends with these people who are on the city council now. But the thing is, if you're not doing the job, then you don't need to be there. And
Mhm.
the thing is, I also find if you are sitting on a city council, you need a financial background. Okay, you need some financial background. You need an economic development background. You need to be educated, not just, oh, I want to run for office because I went to Orange High. That's not a qualification.
Mhm.
Okay, you need background. I mean, when you go to apply for a job, don't they ask for your resume? Excuse me, could I see your resume? I don't see that happening in Orange. I don't. And it's unfortunate. It could happen, but it doesn't. And I'm not sure why.
Well, I have two more questions for you.
Sure.
With our conversation, you're more than welcome to keep going on with your historical knowledge, but I just have two more questions for you.
Sure.
Um, this upcoming township election, is there anyone in particular that you believe will move Orange in the direction that you're talking about?
I hope so. I live in the South Ward and I am supporting James Ward. First of all, he's an architect, a historical architect. He's a professor at Columbia University. He's got qualifications. When I look at, the person that's representing us now, she's been there 3 terms, and I can't find one piece of legislation that she's put forward to move us ahead. And in 3 terms? Come on. And he's not even on the city council and has already put together 2 pieces of legislation that have passed and are now law in Orange. One involving the schools where the kids there was a real traffic issue and kids being jeopardized getting on and off buses. And also he did another one for, I can't remember which one that was, but he's getting things done. It's about do your homework. You just showing up to a city council meeting twice a month and being paid $35,000 is not good. It's not good. Okay, you're being paid, but what are your accomplishments? Show me your accomplishments. And that's what I think everybody's asking. What has been accomplished?
Yeah,
That's why I'm supporting James Ward.
I was very impressed with Mr. Ward. He's been on the show a couple of times.
Yes.
I told him, man, I thought he needed to run for county executive. So,
That can happen. But right now, we need him on the city council.
Yeah,
right.
I know, but I was just impressed with him 4 years ago, and
Yeah.
he's been on the show a few times.
But he's smart, and not saying that the other people who are in office are not smart. But the fact of the matter is, where's your product? What have you done to move us forward? I mean, show me something.
Well, what I liked about Ward was that he didn't come off as arrogant or condescending, even though
At all.
He came off as helpful and really with a sense of urgency and wanting to help.
Yes.
And what I appreciated about him last time we spoke was a couple of weeks ago. The urgency of his demeanor when he's like, well, why don't you want my help? I've already showed you I can help. Why don't you want my help? So
exactly.
For him to keep building the courage to say the hell with it, I'm going to challenge the machine.
Right.
That really impressed me. So
I get it.
I like James Ward up in Orange, man.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. So the last question I have for you.
Okay.
The last question I have for you is this. And you've explained a lot to me about Orange history and stuff like that. So if you could snap your fingers right now, all right, and envision anything you wanted for your community, for your city, what would it be?
I'll tell you exactly what it'd be, because I think about it all the time. I would take Orange Hospital and repurpose it. Okay, not with the plans that they've got now. First of all, the bricks alone on Orange Hospital, the bricks right now are worth millions. You cannot get those again. They don't make them. You can't get them. So the thing is, if that was a hospital, there's asbestos and all kinds of things in that building. So to tear it down is going to put all of that in the atmosphere. That's not a good move.
Right.
So I think we should go in Orange Hospital, rehabilitate it inside, and then make it first of all, market rate housing, make it lofts and condos. We don't have any lofts or condos other than Highland Avenue lofts across from the train station. And the people bought those because they thought the train station was going to be ready 20 years ago. Do things that make monetary sense. What the plans that they have for Orange Hospital right now, especially moving City Hall to Orange Hospital, that doesn't make any financial sense at all. And I'm finance because I'm Wall Street. Let me tell you, that makes no financial sense, whatever. So my dream would be to turn Orange Hospital into lofts and condos and a gathering space where people can gather. And that doesn't mean a skating rink. I would do a gathering place that's, a garden, restaurants, things like that, where you would want to go there and spend some time there and put some shops there, and shops that we would go to. Like I said, if I'm in Orange and most of my neighbors, if we're in Orange, we're not on Main Street. We're not shopping in Orange. We're going to Trader Joe's in Milburn. We're going to Montclair. That's where we're going. And so all that money, it leaves Orange every day. And that money's here. The money's here. but we
Mm,
keep giving it away. So that would be my dream. I would love to see Orange Hospital restore. And Orange Hospital, the history of Orange Hospital is just absolutely amazing. So not only make it lofts and condos, but make it put a history space in there so that my memorabilia could go in there and my house doesn't have to be the museum. Because right
mm,
now I'm the museum.
mm.
You know, and this is not rocket science. This is just a matter of thinking
Mm-hmm.
and financial.
Mm-hmm. Well, Miss what? I'm sorry, Miss Wells. While I got
No
you,
problem.
I got to keep asking you questions. I'm sorry.
Sure. No problem. No problem.
So Orange's economic viability, and I promise I got one
Okay.
more.
No problem. No problem. Take your time.
Orange's economic viability to the state of New Jersey means what?
Oh, I'm not sure what it means right now, but it could mean a tremendous amount. Our location is primary. You couldn't get a better location. You
Mm,
couldn't get a better location. We have 4 train stations. Orange essentially has 4 more than anybody else because we essentially have Mountain Station,
mm-hmm.
East Brick Church, and then we've got 2 in Orange. 2. So we essentially have 4 train stations that take you to New York City, the heart, the heart of America. Everybody wants to go to New York. Everybody, 20 minutes and you're at 42nd Street. It's a dream come true. But we aren't paying attention to that. So I mean, we've got everything it takes, but we make mistakes. I mean, oh, here's another mistake we made, and I can't believe it. Like I said, we've got all these plans for Main Street, and I've seen any number of redevelopment plans, but you put a Wawa on your Main Street? No, you
Miss,
put
all
Wawa
right,
on Central Avenue.
all right,
If you're
goodbye.
gonna, if you're
I'm
gonna put
hanging
one
up.
there,
I'm hanging up. Goodbye. Nah, but seriously, Miss Wells, what you mean? Isn't that where it's supposed to go?
no, the Wawa is on Main Street, on our historic Main Street. Okay, why didn't they put it on Central Avenue?
Okay.
Make that a commercial corridor. Okay, look at Main Street in Maplewood.
Mm-hmm.
They have Wawas and all that kind of stuff too, but where is it? It's on Springfield Avenue.
Avenue.
It's
Yes.
not in the middle of Maplewood. Look at Montclair. Same thing, but Montclair, Bloomfield Avenue is a different sort of animal, and you had that train station there that they're restoring and making a farmers market, to have there. So it attracts people. It attracts people to come to it. But I mean, we don't even have a bench that you can sit on our Main Street. There's no landscaping on our Main Street. Go to any other town, they've at least got landscaping. We have no landscaping.
But
None.
is that because it's a residential town and is mainly landlocked?
No, no. Wait a minute. South Orange is a residential town. Montclair is a residential town. You can't put pots of plants along your Main Street. That's not
Mm,
taking up any space. That's just decorating. It's and we did this through the University of Orange, which is another organization that we have through the hub. When we did a plan, we raised $10,000 to bring up a world renowned planner. This was 20 years ago now, from France, to come here and do a plan for us. We put the whole plan together and gave it to the town. I mean, scientific, just to the letter. And they
mm,
basically ignored it. But one of the things was uh land. If you go to Millburn's got a little Main Street, but it's so attractive because of the way that they've designed it. There are spots where you can go and sit, outside. You can have your lunch. You can, I mean, do gathering spaces. But Orange doesn't get that. But this is another thing too. Orange was designated by the state of New Jersey a Main Street community. That was over 10 years ago. And what Main Street designation does is they come and bring professionals for free to come and help you put your plan together and put together a bid or a SID, which is what every Main Street should have, where all the merchants are together. And Orange just totally ignored it. We didn't do it. We could have gotten 2 free commuter vans for our commuters to the train stations, and we didn't even apply for them.
mm.
And we're a Main Street community. And now when you say Main Street community, they look at me like, hey, really, what's that? Excuse me. Are you doing your homework? Come on, I'm asking is to do your homework. You don't
Mm.
have to sit there start inventing stuff. It's all there. Okay. And in this day and age of technology, you don't have to create things. You just take somebody else's and change the name. Let me tell you how I started the Historic Commission. When I just decided that we needed a Historic Commission, I went to West Orange, South Orange, Milburn, Maplewood, and Livingston and Montclair. And I met with all of their, because they already had historic commissions. I met with all of the people there. I looked at all of their documents, how they created, what I needed to create, whatever. I took all of those and put together the Orange Historic Commission. I didn't have to reinvent it. They had already done the homework. All I had to do was make it fit for us. And believe me, if you look on the city website, and because we finally, the Historic Commission, we got our own website because the websites in Orange, they had 2 and 3 websites and they're never updated or whatever. And we put ours up there and we raised the money to get it done. I mean, it's just a matter of do your homework. Do your homework. And like I said, with this day and age of technology, all you do is just look at what other people are doing. If you don't know, I mean, this is like I said, it's not rocket science.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss
Okay.
Wells, I can't wait for part two of our conversation. I know you're going to be coming back right
Anytime.
before the elections. I just want to tell you thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And I just want to shout out Miss Howe for making sure that you and I connected. I have to reconnect with Miss Morel. She and I are supposed. I didn't realize we were supposed to talk Thursday.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I have to reschedule her. I definitely got to get her on. Uh, uh,
Okay.
but I'm so grateful that Miss Howard had connected me with all
Right.
of you.
Oh,
And
thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I just want to say thank you for your insight. And keep bringing the thunder. So in the
I'll
next
try.
in the next week, I'll be reaching out for you so you can come back on and give us
Okay.
part two of some Orange history. All
Right.
right.
Right. Because they think I want to be argumentative. I don't want to be argumentative. I want to be progressive. I am not trying to be argumentative. I just
Okay.
want to see it done.
Okay. I
All
respect that
right.
and I love that. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
All right,
I
Ms. Williams.
appreciate it.
All
Okay.
right now.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Anton Wheeler, your host of Voice of the People United Community Forum. I want to thank you for joining us this afternoon for our special broadcast with Miss Wells. Miss Wells is an Orange historian. Karen Jeffries Wells. She was recommended to be my Miss Valoria Howell. And I'm so glad that I was able to interview her today. Thank you all that tuned in. Man, make sure you like and share the show. And I'll talk to you later on. All right. Have a great afternoon.